Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with the Eminence in Shadow episode number 7 reaction. Alright, the previous episode, we get to see more of one of the Shadow Garden, top people, which is Gamma. We get to see more about her, and we get to see how she is actually has opened like a whole business chain about chocolates and stuff from the modern world that Sid used to tell her about. And Sid, when he realizes that, oh, this is actually her, whole thing. And when he gets to see the amount of funds that she has collected, he was like, my god, that's crazy. And I love the fact that Sid actually nabbed one of the coins by kind of tricking Gamma. While, if she just told Gamma, Gamma would have probably given him. And that was funny. Now, all that aside, we get to see how we get introduced to one of the new characters. Her name is what was her name? Nu, I think. Yeah, Nu. She's one of the numbers, and we get to see her, how she, is, how much she's strong and all that later on. But another thing is also kind of brewing behind the scenes is the whole people actually trying to, not people, but I'm guessing a group is trying to actually impersonate the Shadow Garden and committing crimes and saying that, oh, we're the Shadow Garden. So that also we get to know more about Sherry. She's like a researcher type of person, and she's researching about this thing that Iris found out, that artifact thing. And I'm a little bit suspicious about her dad. I don't know why he gives me weird vibes, but we'll see. It does seem he cares about her daughter, but the fact that she's adopted and the fact that he kind of smiled, and he's kind when they were talking about the I don't know, that artifact thing. I feel like he has some kind of a hidden agenda or something. Let's wait and watch. And yeah, and that was it. Oh, later on we also get to see Sid fighting one of those guys who was impersonating. Alexia was fighting that person, but then Sid comes in, saves Alexia, and later on New comes in, and New is like, Shadow Sama, please leave this to me. And she shows how strong she is. So yeah, all that stuff happens, and yeah, let's see what happens today. And yeah, let's get started. I'll be putting the subtitles in the timer here, sync it to whichever is a preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, Sherry is still researching, or is she thinking about, yep. Yeah, she's thinking about it. My god. um okay, what's going on with her? All right, well. Okay. All right, let's. A fencing tournament of intrigue and bloodshed. Oh, interesting. Fencing tournament. Wonder if it is going to participate. That'll be interesting to see. Oh, wow. Okay. Sure. Okay, what did she say something? Uh, the third children. Hmm. He is. Oh, he is going to participate. He doesn't want any of this. Wow. You're spitting. Yeah, there you go. You two deserve that. Hmm. Take orphans of men. Oh, that's why the third children. Hmm. Oh God. Recently confirmed the royal captor. Oh, game of betrayal. First child. Oh, okay. On. Okay. Oh God. You know what? At this point, I feel like these girls are actually brainwashed. Like, what else is it? Oh boy. Wow. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on? Live my life. Who was that? Oh, is this Rex? That guy? Oh no, never mind. It's someone else. Or is it? Wait, who's this? Oh, this is his sister. I forgot about her for a moment. President. Oh my God. You. Wait. For a moment, I thought that's him. Never mind. Potatoes. Okay. Yeah. Who is he fighting against? Yeah, you're the one who. Yeah. Wait, is this Sid? Yeah. Oh, he's fighting her. Named character. Okay. It's like, yeah, perfect time for a mob character to. Okay. Is he going to deliberately lose or something? Let's see. Whoa. Oh my god. Okay. Or is he going to do the same thing that he does with his sister? Kind of. Yeah. This guy is. Oh my god. Oh my god. Fire in his eye. Still fire in his eyes. Oh my god, again he's going to do something. What will it be this time? Oh, it's the same thing he did. No, I can still fight. Yes. Oh wow. I think you're overdoing a little bit. No mob characters does something like this, so yeah. Okay, you're overdoing it a bit, I feel like. Because I want to be the perfect mob character. Yeah. Oh lord. Wow. This is my full power. Let's go. Hello? Who the hell are you? Oh, it's the referee. For a moment, I was like, who is this? They look so similar. Look at them. Both of them, their faces are the same. Sid and him. Yeah. Hey, what? Oh, Lord. Yeah, well, okay. The dark horse. Oh. Cliched scene? Okay, which is this one? Is it this one? Ah, the cliche. Okay. Well, you're the one who to talk, you know. It's a return gift. Does he even remember he gave her the chocolate? I don't think so. Yeah, he doesn't remember. There you go. Mob character moves. Yeah. Like, ah, it's fine. Yeah, there you go. Oh no, she's having such a big misunderstanding. Yo, your dad is waiting there? What? What? Okay, this is weird. Bring your dad to. Oh. Should never interact with if I want to remain. Oh wow. Yes, she's dangerous. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh wow. Damn. Okay. What a huge misunderstanding. Yeah. Horoscope. Wow, these guys just lost in all aspects. Wow. Her research has gone out the window. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, definitely. Oh no, is she? Oh god, I'm having some bad feelings about this girl. Okay, never mind. False alarm. I thought she'd be one of those yanderes or something. Why are they suddenly showing her? Oh no. I. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, okay. What the? Okay. Oh my god. All right. So. Is that the trend? Probably not. Probably not. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Oh no. Oh god. Hey, calm down. Oh my god. Okay. Hmm. What is he's eating like? Oh. Okay. Better not go in there. Yeah. Everyone was nicer. Oh, because he lost. Like that. Yeah. Election. Oh my! If you look at him. Oh, Rose is here. Her name is Rose, isn't it? Yeah. Oh my god, it'll be funny if she's like, oh, I appoint Sid or something because of her determination or what. Oh my god, yeah, that's what's going to happen here. Oh, this guy, this imposter guy who is. Okay. Whoa, is this a barrier or something? Oh my god. Okay. Wait, is Alexia outside the school premises? Yeah, she was outside. Oh, this it is a barrier, that means. Oh my god. What the hell is going on? I can't work my magic. Oh my god. Here we go. Oh, great. You are. They're doing this where Sid is. She cannot use her. She can't use her magic, I guess, because of the barrier. Yeah, she cannot use it. There you go. Oh, so they can use magic, I guess. Oh, yeah. Perfect for a mob character. Yes. Oh boy. Ah. Okay. Yeah. It's so funny. If this was some other anime, we would have been like, "Oh my god, what's going to happen? Will he be okay?" In this anime, we're like, "All right, it's okay, fine." And I'm kind of wondering, like, if like an actual time will come when Sid is really in trouble, and we won't be able to realize that he is in trouble, and we'll be like, like extremely nonchalant, and then later on realize, oh, he really is screwed. So I wonder if that will happen some time down the line. Because this guy just like everything's fine for him. Like, he gets cut down in two. It's nothing. Like, like he just wakes up 2 seconds later on. So I wonder if he'll really actually get into trouble sometime, in the future, and we will mistake it to be his usual, shenanigan. But then we'll realize that, oh, it's actually real this time. Is that it? Yes. All right. There you go. That was episode number 7. Okay, so we begin this episode with Miss Sherry being in a complete, she's just thinking about Sid because of what her dad said. And now the thing is that she's kind of in a misunderstanding because her dad was like, oh, maybe that was his way of confessing, and maybe you should give an answer. So yeah, that was the main reason for her, I guess, kind of misunderstanding that scene. And she's now in this whole, like wonderland in her head. Like, research, what the hell is that? Like, I have more important things to think about now. So yeah, she's like completely distracted and all, and she is eating the chocolate and thinking about Sid. So okay, that's how we begin. Now next we get to see Sid has been entered into the fencing competition. His friends did that, his two amazing friends, Kel and Po. And he is like, he's kind of looking at the thing, the brochure or whatever it is. And I love the fact that he suddenly was like, oh, is that you, Nu? And Nu was just behind him, and Nu got surprised. He was like, oh, and then she's like, oh yeah, it's me. Like, it's crazy how the person who was supposed to be in, what is that called, like, who was supposed to be in the shadows and come and, like, like in disguise and talk with Sid, she was the one who got surprised how easily Sid was able to just detect her, like, in just a little, like, in 5 or 6 seconds he was able to realize, like, oh, someone's following me and it must be new. And he asks her, like, what's going on, and we get to know that she has interrogated the other person that they found out, but the fact is that they won't be able to bring out anything from him because he's been completely brainwashed. Like, if he was not brainwashed, if he was actually keeping quiet, then probably due to interrogation it might be possible to bring out the secrets. But unfortunately, since if someone's brainwashed, there is no way you are going to be able to bring something out of them because they're brainwashed. So yeah, we're at a standstill, and it didn't say much. And now, while Nu is talking about all of this, Sid is preoccupied with the whole fencing situation. He's looking at that, and he's gone into a complete flashback or a recollection of the time when Skell came to him and was like, oh, I've made, I've entered you into this fencing competition. Now, I was wondering, why the hell did they do that? We realized that very soon why they did that, because they think that, oh, since we are his friends, if he somehow is able to win one or two of the rounds, maybe a few ladies will, pay attention to him. And obviously, since we are his friends, we will also be able to, take advantage of that. And yeah, that's what they were planning. And these two guys are so, like, like, I don't know what to say. Yeah, they're amazing friends, like the things that they do, they just push Sid under the bus all the time. And even the previous episode, they told them that, oh, don't talk about my whole like I had to go to the and they were like, yeah, we won't tell, we will keep the secret with our dying breath. And then they just said it the next day, even though Sid gave them that many chocolates. Yeah, okay. And now they're doing this, they're using Sid to get more attention from the ladies. They deserve those two punches that they got, like Sid just punched them in the stomach. And yeah, now obviously Sid is like, all right, fine, they've interred me, so yeah, let's think about this. While and he was thinking of all of this while Nu is just talking about the whole thing and talking about the cult of Diablos and all. And she says, I suspect the cult's goal is to use the name of Shadow Garden to lure us out of hiding. And at that, Sid is like, I so don't need this, I won't do it. Obviously he's talking about the fencing competition, and Nu is like, I understand, my lord, this is such a trivial thing, you don't have to go in there, we can take care of it. However, I feel I should also inform you that we recently confirmed the presence of a named first child in the royal capital. Now this is the thing, okay, he's called Rex, the game of betrayal. Okay, this is the thing, like it's not that he's not listening to her, he is listening to her, and but the thing is that he's just listening to her sometimes, and then he's going into his own head, thinking about something completely different. So here he's suddenly like, named question mark. Now Nu keeps talking. Nu is like, yes, my lord, the first child who has maintained his sense of self despite being one of the children. So that guy has not been completely brainwashed, and he's in this capital. So again, Sid is in his own land now. He's not paying attention to Nu at all. He says, of course, considering the fundamental goal, I may not be the one who set the stage, but there are ways for me to deal with this. Oh my god. Like, yeah. And he's like, this is the perfect opportunity, nevertheless, it will require some thinking. And he's like, see you later, Nu. And leaves. Okay, so now that was that. And the Nu obviously Nu thinks that, oh, Lord Shadow was talking about this whole operation, and she's like, this guy, what does she say? No, just a minute. Okay, she says that in any and every circumstances, he always leads us straight to the best solution. No, he's had the answer from the start. My god. You know what's funny about this statement? He doesn't have the answer from the start. You guys have the answer from the start. That's the thing. These girls, they already have the answers in front of them, and whenever Shadow says something, they're like, oh yeah, that's true, I'm pretty sure that's how it's they kind of compare it to the original set answer, and that's the thing. Like I said, I feel like they're the ones who are brainwashed in this show. It's not any it's crazy how I guess it's kind of interesting to think about this in a different way as well. Obviously here Sid is a nice person, he's a nice person, and he wouldn't do anything to endanger these his subordinates or anything like that. He himself is clueless about it half of the time. But stuff like this actually does happen in the real world, where people actually take advantage of this thing, where there's someone who worships probably some person or something so much that they already have these set of answers ready in their head, and they're in full on delusion mode. Whenever that other person says something completely outrageous or crazy as well, they'll somehow mold that to their own preference, and they'll be like, oh yeah, definitely. And they'll it's like a, what can I say, it's like this crazy form of worshipping someone. And however wrong that person does, the people who worship them, they'll some way or the other mold that thing into something positive, and they'll be like, yeah, that's called delusion, and that's called being brainwashed. And like I said, here Sid is a nice person. He wouldn't take advantage of this, and he himself is clueless about the whole thing. Like he in this, in this type of situation, he has no clue. He's a completely clueless. That's why he, there won't be any problem here. However, if someone who actually understands this position and that the power they hold, they'll definitely, and if they're a bad type of a person, they'll definitely take advantage of this. And that's how, this whole thing, this whole cult type of thing, have, I guess, and it does happen, I think. And that it's crazy, this amount of faith in someone, to the point that they're completely blinded. And yeah, if it's someone bad that they're doing this against, they'll definitely take advantage of this. So yeah, anyways, I went in a completely different, direction. But yeah. And she thinks about how it would have been to spend a nice life at school, like a normal person. And she gets this kind of a scene where she's kind of dancing, and this scene really surprised me. I was not expecting the scene to suddenly change like that. Like the music was playing, and the music suddenly kind of goes in a, very creepy, direction. And we see that, I'm not quite sure about what the hell this was. Like, she was having like a nice time in his, in her fantasies, but then suddenly we see like some kind of a blob coming out, and her whole dream completely destroying in front of her. And she says, but I'd rather have it this way than live my life never knowing about the truth. So I'm guessing this is probably something related to her past. Maybe she has some kind of a trauma or something, and she's thinking like, oh, it would be nice to have a life like this. But then she's in her dream, even in her delusion, she's probably some kind of a trauma or something, that even that delusion is kind of turning into this messed up dream. So I don't know. We'll probably get our answers. I hope sometime down the line we actually get to know more about all the girls, all the the main girls, that the seven of them. I think it's seven of them, aren't they? Yeah. And the others, the numbers as well. Maybe, hopefully, we get to know more about them and their past sometime in the future. Okay, now here it's like a interesting scene we see is this is one guy. Is this guy Rex? The guy that the first child that they were talking about? I'm not quite sure. This guy has a, wait a minute. It doesn't look like. Oh wait, it's that guy. Oh my god, it's him. What's his name? I forgot his name. Anyways, Iris is who's under Iris's command. The one who's acting as a bodyguard of Sherry. Is that guy? Yeah. Okay. Never mind. It's not Rex. Yeah. Now next we get to see the tournament, the fencing tournament, and everyone's betting and everything. And okay, so we see their friends, Skell and Poe, they have also bet. And President Rose is going to fight as well. And they were kind of talking about, oh, where is Sid? And Sid is actually going to fight President Rose. Student Council President Rose Oriana. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, while being the princess of the land of no. Wait, who is she? Just a minute. Sid tells us who she is. Here we go. Student Council President Rose Oriana, Princess of the Oriana Kingdom, Land of Art and Culture. Okay, and while being the Princess of Land of Art and Culture, she's also the best swordswoman in the Acted Academy. The textbook definition of a named character. I love how he differentiates between people as a named character or a mob character. Okay, So I was wondering, I was like, how is he going to do this? Like, obviously he cannot win here. Then he won't be a mob character anymore. He'll be the main protagonist. He doesn't want that. He wants to be the Eminence in Shadow. So I was like, what's he going to do? And then the battle starts, and both of them start like like a very slow motion. They were showing the whole scene, and I was thinking, is he going to do the same thing? Remember the whole thing that she did with her sister, his sister? Like when they fought, he used to kind of like in the slow motion, he used to kind of be like, oh, I can attack from this direction, this direction, this direction, and then he's like, okay, and then he got knocked out, deliberately. I thought maybe he's also going to do something like that. He does something even better. What was that? Is that a tomato? What was that? He brings out some kind of a red thing. Wait a minute. Let me see what he brings out. The swords are kind of going to clash, and no, it's not a tomato. I don't know what the hell that is, but it's something red. And I love the fact that he even used his leg to kind of make a little mark on the ground so that it seems as if he has been pushed back, and he puts his sword just below Rose's sword and gets hit deliberately, bites on the thing that was in his mouth, and it acts as if it's like bleeding. He's bleeding, does a nice little somersault and falls down, and he's like, perfect technique, the background character's secret technique, spinning reel, fall, bloody tornado. Oh god. Now, yeah, an unsightly defeat in the first round at the hands of an indisputable Kiss champion. Wow, this guy is amazing. So at first Rose was like, yeah, this is it, but then Sid is like, wait, it's not over yet, I can do it. And Rose's like opinion about him, Rose is like, okay, this guy, he has some guts, he has been defeated, he's bleeding, look at him, his whole body has been just flung into one side, he's still standing up. Yeah, I can see it, he has a fire in his eyes. And Rose is like referee, like, stop, let him do it, I can see the fire. And yes, he indeed has a fire in his eyes to become the ultimate mob character. That's the fire in his eyes. That's what he's leading him towards. And he's going to do anything to achieve that. So he gets up and he, again, does the same thing. And gets flung again. He gets up again. And for a moment, and after a few times, I was like, aren't you kind of overdoing it, At this point, I don't think you're a mob character anymore. You're actually becoming one of the strongest. Like, imagine how many people would be able to get up after getting hit that many times by Rose like that. Not many people. So yeah, I feel like instead of becoming a mob character, he kind of actually became a person worthy of respect in Rose's eyes, So that's what happened. It's so funny. Like he probably thought that, oh, like doing it like this probably is going to make me more make the whole situation more like, oh, I'm a good mob character. But that's not what it happened. As this went on, and he kept getting up and up, Rose started respecting him. Rose was like, oh, this is interesting, he's bloody, he's just fallen down, he's still getting up, and he's like, he's not letting the battle end. And I love the fact that in the end he was like, okay, I can still fight. And the referee jumps on him, hugs. For a moment, I was so confused. I was like, who the hell is this guy? And then I was like, okay, this is the it's the referee. And he jumps and gets him. And he's like, stop. Like, dude, you've proven your point. It's okay. You can rest now. And the referee's like, winner, Rose Oriana. It's so funny, like these two, if you want, you can pause in this scene, when we see him falling down, and the referee was like, winner Rose Oriana, and Sid is looking towards the camera, even that guy's looking towards the camera. Just pause at this scene and look at these two guys' faces. It looks like they're twins. They look the same. These two look the same completely. Their facial structure, even their hairstyle, their eyebrows, their eyes is the same person. This scene is kind of hilarious. Like, both of them look so similar. I'm like, wow, like this scene. Anyways, yeah, so then he's dragged in by some really, like, like buff men. I still have 33 techniques to show off. And Rose is like, "Bit Kageno. Um, what did she say? You have my respect." Like I said, like, yeah, this is not how a mob character acts. He's he just became someone worthy of respect in front of her eyes. So there you go. I guess his plan kind of failed. And anyways, now we kind of get to see that Skell and Poe has completely lost their bet, because apparently the person who they bet on, they withdrawed, I think. He says the Dark Horse can't raise a sword against your betrothed. Yeah, that's what happened. So that person probably withdrawed. Yeah. And yeah, they've lost the bet. Anyways. And Sid is like all bandaged up and all. And he's thinking about what to do, how to show the techniques. But then comes Sherry. Now, obviously, Sid has completely forgotten about her. He's like, Sherry's like, oh, like when I was looking at you, I was watching you. You were so hurt so badly, but you still got up. It was so good. And Sid is like, yeah, okay. In his head, he's like, who is this girl? I don't know her. Now, she gives him some cookies, I think. Yeah. And he's like, oh, this is a thank you. Obviously, Sid doesn't know what thank you is she talking about. So Sid is like thinking, like, what is she thanking me for? And okay, so suddenly, oh, okay, she says that, oh, can we please start as friends? Now, at this point, I'm like, yeah, like, Sid has no clue what she's talking about. So Sid actually saying that, oh, yes, sure, kind of again made her misunderstand the situation, because in her head, she's thinking like was trying to confess to her. So that's why she said that, oh, maybe we should start as friends. And obviously, Sid doesn't realize he even forgot about her. So Sid is like, oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, we can be friends. This is definitely a whole misunderstanding, because she thinks that Sid says that, yeah, we should start as friends. And, you know, somewhere down the line, she thinks that, oh, we'll probably go out with each other or something. Like, again, such a misunderstanding, even though Sid has no clue. Now, this whole misunderstanding is the fault of her dad. Like, who says that? Like, her dad is like, oh, he must have tried to confess to. You know what? I guess that is kind of, that's, I guess, kind of implies that, because like if somebody like someone gives you chocolates like that, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what is correct at this point, but this is a huge misunderstanding. I don't know what's going to happen. Anyways, uh, now it's so weird that her dad was just behind them. I'm like, what? Okay, this is kind of weird. Like, my daughter is confessing, and I'm here behind her. Um, Maybe because she's sheltered. She has been quite sheltered. That's why he wanted to see who this person is. Yeah, maybe that's what's going on. Still, it is kind of weird that like she's not confessing, but she's kind of saying that, and the dad is like waiting behind them. Oh boy. Anyways, so I love how Sid says things in his head that a master swordsman accomplished in both martial and scholastic arts, who once was even the champion of the Bushing Festival. He's on the list of the people I should never interact with if I want to remain as obscure as possible. And then she's like, obviously, this lady called him dad, so that means she's the daughter, and I should definitely not try to become friends with her. But then he's like, yeah, but I actually said it, and this guy is here, like his father is sitting here, so I probably should not mention that. Okay, so And then the dad kind of talks about talks about Sherry, talks about how she's absorbed in the project, researching an artifact for the Night Order. And kind of teases her and all. And then yeah, that's what happens. Now, next we see Sherry is back in her room, and she's thinking about, again, Sid, and her whole what's that called? Her whole mind is like distracted over there. She's not at all thinking about the research, and she's constantly thinking about Sid. Now, then she kind of now this part, you know what? This part kind of concerned me for a moment, because like she kind of looks at the chocolate, and she suddenly kind of thinks about there's like little flashbacks of Alexia. And I don't know why, but the way they did this scene is so misleading. Like this scene, you see, like they're like she's having flashbacks. Suddenly they show her eating the chocolate, the music completely stopping at this moment, her kind of looking up and looking at the chocolate. There's no music here. I was really concerned. I was like, what is going on here? Is she like a yandere or something? Is she going to like decide, like, you know what? Let me just kill her? That's what yanderes do, like if they realize like something like this is going on, they'll just go straight up with a knife in their hand and just try to kill the other person. Yeah, that's what yanderes are. So I really was concerned. I was like, oh my god, like the way they're doing this, I'm kind of concerned. But then I realized, okay, maybe false alarm, because by the end we kind of see she genuinely was curious about the whole thing. That's why she goes and asks Alexia about their relationship, and like I guess she was just curious, like nothing to be worried about. Like I don't think she's a yantre, hopefully. But that scene was so misleading. The way they did that, she bit the chocolate and the music completely stopped like that. Yeah. But anyways, I guess it was a false alarm. So now next we get to see that Sherry has come to meet Alexia. I love the fact that Alexia's picture with Sid is just, kind of on the other side, kind of hidden, which she doesn't want it to show. Okay, so they come and she sits down, and just before a few moments ago we were seeing how Alexei was talking about how Sid always puts so many sugar in it, and she's like, do people even eat like coffee like that? So she was kind of grumbling about it. And now here we see Sherry suddenly putting in like 10 to 20 cubes of sugar, and then like some normal powdered sugar. And Alexia's like, what the hell? Is this like some kind of a trend or something? Okay. So then Alexia is like, oh, I can probably guess why you came to me, say, probably talking about the artifact. And she's like, no. And Alexia's like, okay, so maybe it's something else, like, like maybe the student council, wait, what does she say? Yeah, student council election schedule. Is it because of that? And she's like, no, we're in different, like, years. Like, she's like, why are you here? And she starts talking about Sid. So she says that, are you like going out with someone? At first, Alexia doesn't realize what she's talking about. She was indirectly trying to ask her about Sid, but when she doesn't realize, she's like, oh, like, are you still seeing Sid Kageno? And at first, Alexia did not realize what's going on, so she was like, no, like, you know what, we broke up. Like, she probably thought that she's genuinely curious about the fact. So she's like, nah, we broke up. So yeah. And then when suddenly after, like, as a answer to that, she's like, oh, is that so? Like, like, oh, you're not even dating, like, oh, that's so good, like, like, I'm so relieved. And she starts, oh god, okay, really, that's such a relief. Actually, I happened to make friends with Sid just the other day. And her hand starts shaking, the whole cup starts cracking. Yes, I got to be very curious about the two of you. I couldn't concentrate on my research and I didn't know what I was going to do, but I feel so better now. It's so good to hear that you two aren't a couple. Yeah. And she's like, ah, that's nice. Yeah. I'm so happy to help you. And then she leaves. And this guy, he's eating noodles in the middle of. And obviously, inside the room, like, Alexia just threw the cup, I think, on the ground, just smashed it into bits. And yeah. So there you go. After that, the next day, we see Sid is obviously everyone's kind of talking to him nicely because he got beaten up, the previous day, if you remember, the whole tournament. And they're talking about the elections and all, and he's doing the what's it called, the wrist thing that you the hand thing that you do, the grip strength that increases your grip strength, that one. And Rose comes in because she's the student council president. She comes in, and I was thinking that, oh, maybe after Rose is going to see Sid, she'll probably, in her head, she'll be like, oh, this is that guy who was so determined, and she would actually appoint him as a, maybe she'll be like, oh, like, no, why don't you also, run for it, or something like that, she'll say, or why don't you also join the council, student council. I thought it was going in that direction. However, we're still not confirmed if that's what she was thinking, because we get interrupted badly in this scene, after this scene. So Rose comes in, and here we suddenly see that guy who was, like, that guy who seems like the leader of the fake Shadow Garden. He is like, oh, like, let's start all the thing. And a barrier comes out. Now, inside this barrier, no magic works, because Sid's thing, the wrist thing, that was made of magic, I guess. It kind of became like a little blob. And that's why Sid was able to realize, like, oh, this is actually something with in some kind of a thing which actually disrupts magic. No one is able to understand because they're not using magic at this point. And it's interesting that, like, when the barrier came in, Sid kind of realized like something weird is going on. He kind of looked, distracted as soon as the barrier came in. However, even Rose wasn't able to understand. I thought Rose would be able to probably get a feeling, but even Rose wasn't able to understand or get the feeling that something is wrong. So I guess this kind of shows that how what can I say, how way leagues above, like, Sid is in power or in detection than Rose, who is the student council president, who's supposed to be the strongest here. So he's like way, like, leagues away from her, like, he's that strong. Like, she was able to detect, but however she wasn't able to realize unless and until she started using magic. Now, okay, so obviously the fake Shadow Garden comes in, like, a few people come in, and they're like, we are the Shadow Garden, like, we're here to take over the academy, this and that. And Rose is like, huh, like, how dare you? This is like a, like the Dark Knight's place where Dark Knight's academy. So you're trying to mess with us here. And no sane person would do that. But obviously we know they have a trump card. These people cannot use their magic. That's why they're here. So Rose was like, all right, let me show you my power. And she tries to activate, it doesn't activate, and she realizes something is wrong. And this guy from the fake Shadow Garden, he is like, let me show you. And he comes towards, tries to strike Rose. And I was like, what is Sid going to do here? Is he like, he's supposed to be a main mob character, so he cannot just go and save her. So what's he going to do? Obviously he does what a mob character would do. He comes and sacrifices himself. He just jumps in front of Rose, and he's like look out, pushes her out of the way, gets slashed perfectly, and falls down. It's like blood everywhere, and that's where it ended. Now they do not show us, like, they do not show us that if Sid is actually okay or not. He doesn't say anything. But at this point, I feel like this is the 7th episode. I feel like at this point, I guess, I guess everyone kind of realizes, all the audiences realizes that, yeah, this is just another thing for him. He'll probably just wake up a few moments later. you know. But yeah, like I said, I do wonder if like a time will come in the future when he really is in pinch and we as audiences don't even realizes that, because he always like jokes about this whole thing, jokes around. So like I wonder if a time will come when it will be actually, you know, like the boy who cried wolf. Like as audiences, we know what's going on. So even if even if this episode in this end we see a scene like this, we are like, ah, it's fine, he's okay, he's just acting. But if that is if a legit thing like this happens to him, i wonder I wonder if we'll even realize. We'll realize, definitely realize, but way later, I feel like, but at that moment we probably will be like, oh, it's just one of his things that he does. So, anyways, that's it. That is my reaction to episode number 7 of The Eminence in Shadow. Another great episode. He Sid was able to go closer to her goal of becoming a definite, a complete mob character. Two things he did here. First of all, got defeated by Rose. Not perfect for a mob character. He got defeated, but still got up, tried harder, got defeated again, and in the end, again, the thing that he did here, got slashed by these guys trying to save Rose. He again became a perfect, like a perfect person for being a mob character. He showed his expertise in that. So he goes closer to his dream goal. I hope one day he is able to become an ultimate mob character. Anyways, that's it. That's my reaction. So thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. That is it. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of The Eminence in Shadow. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.